Ladies and gentlemen, may I please have all officials to ringside? Officials to ringside, please. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the third session of the fifth annual Buffalo Bill Brawl, which so far has been just an amazing event. Just to let you know, I am Micah Fortmiller. We're here to announce some stuff on the live streams today. We want to welcome back in Mr. Brian Soto. He's with us today. How you doing, Brian? You feeling good?
Hey, man, I'm doing good. I'm doing good here today. Nice day out today. Nice day to get out here to the D&N Event Center and check some things out here if you're out and about and don't have quite anything to do here just yet. Come out here and get in on this. Like I was telling you guys yesterday, this is a great production that we have going on out here. I had no idea. It's such an eye-opener on the things that we have going on out here right now. So definitely get out here and check it out. Fresh new day, third session like you just said here, Micah. We'll see. Yesterday was exciting. We had two sessions yesterday, and so I don't expect anything different. I expect that tempo to flow.
You know, as you say that, Brian, anytime combat sports or boxing, in my opinion, is happening, I want to be there because it is fun and it is exciting. And Brian's right. If you guys aren't busy, come on out. It's a good day to catch some good boxing. And speaking of boxing, we got a special guest here. We got JJ. How you doing?
Good, buddy.
So
he's lying over there. His name's not Brian. He's actually the coach at RPM out of Scottsbluff. That's who I thought he was. He's got a doppelganger running around here.
That's a good inlay.
So I'm like, hey, you want to commentate? You know, your knowledge and experience has helped. And you go, I did it yesterday. What are you talking about?
Boxing coach JJ Conley right here, ladies and gentlemen. He coaches the boxing up here at Top Tier, which is the gym that happens out of the D&N Event Center here. JJ, how's your guys doing up there?
Good. The bad thing is it's going to lighten up when school starts because, you know, I lose a few of them to school sports. Jeter Clark, you know, he's playing football and stuff. So my fall gets light and, you know, I take a break and they get a bit of a break too. But then I'm hoping once the fall sports are over, we're right back where we're at. I think we're up to 6 or 7 registered boxers, which is the highest we've been.
That's outstanding.
So we started with 2.
A level of interest that, you know, people are getting in there. It's good to hear.
No, coaching boxing is very fulfilling. I get more out of it than the boys.
You know what? I can attest to that.
Everybody says, hey, those boys are lucky to have you. I'm like, BS.
Yeah,
I'm lucky. I'm lucky to have them. It's the other way around.
I like that, Coach. So some people may not know you have actually been in the boxing game for 20-plus years.
In and out.
As a fighter?
Yeah, out in high school as a fighter, and then again, when I got here, Tyler the Working Man Hughes.
No, how can you forget Tyler the Working Man Hughes?
He was my mentor. He's the guy that actually taught me boxing. And shout out to a friend of mine, Tony Hormandel, who actually fought under Tyler Hughes. Tony Hormandel is a little bit younger than I am, but him and I could talk all day. He's just one of those guys that has so much knowledge. We could just talk boxing all day. We could talk for hours, and everyone else walks off because those two won't shut up. You know,
they don't get a chance to put a word in edgewise.
No, because we start rolling.
That's good. Okay, so since you're talking about that, tell us who do you like as who's your favorite boxer? Let's just go there.
Current or all time or
Let's go current. Right now.
Current Tim Tszyu out of Australia is kind of my favorite. He fought Fundora here a while back and had a huge nasty gash over his eye, which kind of handicapped him. I think he can take Fundora without that handicap, but he's a wrecking ball. He's a come forward fighter, but he comes forward really smart. I like him. Yeah. The funny thing is he's Costa Tszyu's son. So these boxers that I'm showing my age now. these boxers that I used to watch growing up in high school, like Costa Zoo and stuff, that some of their kids are picking it up.
That's good.
And so Costa Zoo was one of my favorite fighters back in the day, and now I get to watch his son.
I love that you mentioned that, because we were talking yesterday, Brian. Most of these guys who are fighting today, that's who they notate, on their notes when you ask who inspires you, who's your favorite boxer, and it's their dad, it's their brother.
Yeah.
It's a family affair, so that's interesting that you mentioned that.
So do you remember this guy, Nassim Hamed?
Yeah.
His son's fighting. I can't wait to watch him out of Britain. Anyway.
Yeah, that's awesome. Brian, you got a couple fighters coming up here for us in a little bit. Who do we got next?
Yeah, it looks
Starting off third session here, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. So we got some guys coming up here. Looks like we might be getting some things.
The announcer may announce something here,
Here,
so.
I think the national anthem here with Tanel.
Oh, good.
Well, she did a great job yesterday.
Yeah, she did.
Ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending day 2 of the 5th annual Buffalo Bill Brawl here in North Platte, Nebraska. We appreciate you all so much for coming out. So to all the coaches, fighters, fans, officials, and everyone watching on the internet, here we go. Now, I would like to ask everyone to please rise for an opening prayer by Ms. Desiree Richter.
Father God, Lord Jesus, best friend, Holy Spirit, we thank you for this day. And Lord, we ask just a special blessing for all the work that we've put in, because your word says everything we do can honor you. So Lord, I just ask for that special blessing, as well as a hedge of protection around every boxer that enters this ring. May they exit as safely as they enter. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Please stay standing for the national anthem. Are you going to help her?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rattling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Or say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Tanil. Thank you very much for coming out and doing that for us today. You're very welcome. All right, who's ready for some boxing? Let's make some noise, people. Let's get the energy up. I'm ready for a good day. How about you?
So, guys, it looks like we got Eric Davis coming from Rocky Box in the red corner, a 165 elite male division, coming in here and going against Marcus Kane, also out of the Rocky Box club there. So those two guys are going at it. I think we saw this matchup coming up yesterday here, Micah. We saw this matchup coming up here, and we always kind of commented on how fun it is to go against somebody in your own club there. you know, it's always a challenge. It's a fun match. It usually is for both guys.
Yeah, it is interesting. As you know, Coach Brad came out here and talked with us on the mic yesterday. He was reminding us that, you know, some of these guys are going to have to return and face their own guys that are at their own gym. So we're in one of those situations right now as Eric Davis hits the ring. Is that correct?
Yeah, it looks like we got both of them in here right now. Again, Eric Davis in the red corner, and then Marcus Kane, Marcus the Chaos Kane, that he likes to go by there, in the blue
All
corner.
right,
Actually,
ladies
I
and
think
gentlemen,
Marcus Kane's in
first
the red.
bout of day number 2 of the Buffalo Bill Brawl. We got an in-gym grudge match. So let's give it up. Fighting out of the blue corner, coming to us by way of the Meraki box. Let's hear it for Marcus Kane. And fighting out of the red corner, let's give it up for Eric Davis.
Okay, you were right, Brian. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's why we have you here, sir, because you can keep some of those things straight like that.
Hey, you know, I'm just going off the list, Micah. That's all I got.
What did you watch these guys box yesterday, Coach?
I did not, but we've had a gym fight out of top tier. Remember a couple years ago, James and Blaze.
James and Blaze.
It was fun to watch.
It was.
Well,
Here we go. Round 1, session 3, guys, of the BB&B.
Marcus Kane coming out using that jab. Pretty good. Keeping him at a distance. A little bit in the corner there.
Probably some good coaching for him over the evening, you know, as he was having to make a few adjustments from his match yesterday.
Definitely.
What's fun about the gym fights or the in-gym fights like this is they know each other so well, and so they will both typically look pretty good because they know each other.
Well, so far, I mean, you speak the truth. They're both looking really good right now as Eric Davis takes on Marcus Kane.
Yep, Kane's doing some good boxing on the outside.
Some dipping. I didn't expect Eric Davis to dip as much. He's got some nice dips going on, trying to avoid those punches that are coming down from Kane.
Well, Kane, as you see, is the taller fighter.
He is the taller
he's-
fighter, and he's using that jab well, as
Yeah.
you coach us up there.
Davis has got to be able to close a little bit and get his shots off. No, both these guys, good pace, busy.
Very good pace. They're staying in the middle. Nobody's getting roped. Nobody's getting backed into the corner. There's some good defense right there out of Marcus Kane. He was twisting and turning some good blocks.
Good footwork today too.
Footwork's important, isn't it?
Maybe. What's the first line of defense?
I mean, footwork's very important. Is that what are you in here doing? You're throwing bombs at each other. If your feet aren't right, you're falling on your back. First line of defense. Tell us, Coach.
Well, your feet. If you want to get out of the way of punches, the first thing you do is move out of the way.
Well, gosh, that's almost
So-
like a Mr. Miyagi quote right there. You know, the best way to avoid a punch is not be there.
You
right?
got it.
Yeah. So again,
Our very own Miyagi is in the house right now.
footwork is most important to start a beginner boxer on. We got to be able to move.
Right. So these are 2-minute rounds here. Probably getting close to the end of this first one here.
Well, so far, both boxers doing an excellent job conserving their energy. Nobody looks too tired right now.
Right. Yeah, they both came out with a nice, easy, medium tempo. But, you know, that tempo still includes multiple punches coming through here.
It looks like Marcus Kane's starting to use that. So he's setting him up with that left jab, the one, and then he's coming with that right hook, boss. What do we call that, Coach, that right hook? What number?
Oh, it's a 4.
It's a 4.
Yeah.
So he's going 1-4, 1-4.
Yeah, and there was a 1-6.
There's short time. 10 seconds coming up, going through.
Yeah, the 10-second
Yeah.
call.
We got-
Kane's busy.
He is busy, and it's starting to bother Davis a little bit.
What do you think, Brian?
Wow, you know, I mean, that was a great first round. It looks like, You know, Marcus Kane is using that jab really well. You can kind of almost see the frustration.
Look at that.
In Davis's face there a little bit, trying to get in with a little bit shorter stature there to get in and to do his inside work that he's so well known for. But look, both boxers not even taking a stool here right now. I mean, these guys are in it to win it.
Hey, that's good. That's probably what they do at their own gym as they practice. Sometimes coach don't let us take a stool.
I would.
You got cardio is one of the most important things in this sport. But as they played the replay there, and you were talking about Marcus Kane there toward the end of the first round, he started raining a lot of the 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Eric Davis getting back into the ropes, probably a testament to who's in better shape right now.
Yeah, conditioning is huge in any sport.
Round 2. Eric Davis trying to size up Kane, kind of looking what he's going to do if he's going to continue what he was doing in that first round.
You know, Kane keeping him to the outside, and if he kind of pushes him to that corner, he doesn't fully 100% get him in the corner, but he's got him in that area. You know, kind of puts a boxer's mentality maybe in a yellow stage of, hey, you know, we're getting to a spot we don't want to be.
Well, it restricts the freedom of movement
Exactly.
when the ropes are up against them, so they can't move back.
Right.
The valid points out of Coach J.J. Conley. That's gold. Thank you,
Gold.
sir. So Eric Davis, like you mentioned yesterday, he's a couple of characters. Who's someone that inspires him? And of course, Eric Davis said Mike Tyson and Snoop Dogg.
That's right. This was I was looking for this the other night. Yes, the Snoop D-O-double G.
The Snoop Double G, as you said, Mr. Soto. I love it. And Marcus Kane, who's inspiring him, is his friend Andrew Chapman, who always rushes him and doesn't limit him and helps lead by example. So,
Right.
a couple of people these fighters look up to out there.
So it looks like the ref kind of separated him there for a moment. Maybe a caution to the back of the head there against, I think it was Eric.
Yeah,
Davis.
I think he was pulling Kane's head down.
Right. And then the ref didn't like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, doing her job, keeping safety there for everybody.
Absolutely.
One punch Kane's been throwing a little bit of, which I like. He throws a corkscrew jab.
Yeah.
You watching that?
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that. He turns it in there, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That gives
There's
that's
a-
solid.
Solid right to the body by Kane.
You can tell Eric Davis is a little bothered right now. Marcus Kane coming out on top a little bit. His punch is landing a lot more in this round.
He's just so busy.
Yeah, Davis isn't enjoying how busy he is.
And he's not. Kane's not putting a lot on the punches. He's
No,
just
he's
throwing
not.
and scoring.
He's holding off and he's
Yep.
scoring points right now. That's what's going on.
So now we got Davis up against the ropes here right in front of us. The action going on.
I finally saw Davis do a step out there. We were talking about that before this started, Coach. We need to see those step outs a little more.
Step out or just
Get
turn
around
it.
him.
Grab him and turn him around.
Turn. Thank you.
You know, Davis trying to get in there and things like that. As soon as Davis gets a glimpse of maybe of where he wants to go, Kane's got that glove right in his face, kind of distracting his vision and distracting his plan here.
Referee standing 8 count right now. She's seen that barrage of punches, and she's going to check Davis, see if he's still in the game.
Yep. When you're taking so many punches and you're not defending yourself, it's time to at least give him a break and get a look at him.
Talk to us about that a little bit, Coach.
The
Is that
standing-
when a ref's out there, what is
standing
that
eight,
about?
It's a tool for them to measure, hey, how hurt is that kid? Because you remember amateur boxing, it's about the safety of the kids.
Yeah.
So it's a chance, number one, for the boxer to get a breath if they're getting overwhelmed. Number two, it gives the ref a chance to look at him and evaluate him. So the standing eight's a great tool for amateur boxing. Keeps the kids safe. And sometimes you'll see them give them a standing eight and they look like they're fine, but the ref looks in their eyes and they're not fine, and they'll stop that. It allows for that interaction between the ref and the fighter.
It's very important in this sport. Thanks for that insight. What do we got here, Brian?
So we got the third and final round coming up here, the last 2 minutes of this match. Both fighters coming at it. Kane looks like he's kind of had to plan the whole thing, and Davis has been sticking to it. He's not backing down. He's still throwing punches, trying to get in there, get his points, and do what he needs to do.
Kane is setting down on his punches. You see, he's hitting a little bit harder.
Yes.
He's no longer point boxing.
He brought it to the third
Yep,
round, didn't he?
He's going to set on his punches.
Yep. He's going to end the fight. That's his goal.
Well, the way it came out, it was.
Now he's got Davis up against the ropes, and that barrage of punches coming out right now.
Yep.
Yeah, and the
Ref calling it.
Ref called it.
That was a very good showing from Kane.
Actually, we watched his game plan this whole match, didn't we? It was a nice show of coaching and an athlete's ability to box.
Yeah, he believes he's up. He's got the first 2 rounds in the bag, and so then you saw him set down on his punches when he came back out. So
we got MMA and Jits coach, Mr. Bradley, at the microphone. What'd you think of that first fight, Coach?
Excellent showing. Kane looks great. He's got definitely a future in this. I mean, big kid, throwing hard punches, even into the 3rd round. Pretty amazing that you can keep throwing heavy punches even into the 3rd.
Actually, yeah, we were just talking about that. Me and Coach JJ, we were talking about the progression that he showed in this fight, and we watched his whole game plan come to just, it was beautiful.
Yeah, kid's got he's got the look for it. He's got the he came out with the right aggression, and again, that cardio in the 3rd round is the hard part. I mean, that's the difficult thing.
Yeah,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for both these guys in the ring, man, kicking us off today. And your winner by RSC, fighting out of the blue corner, let's hear it for Marcus Kane.
And he gets
Just a
the
quick
belt.
announcement here, folks. We will be taking a brief intermission after bout number 4. That is a brief intermission after bout number 4. Thank you.
Well, there we go. Marcus Kane taking home a Buffalo Bill Brawl belt. Those belts are really awesome. That is a prized possession for somebody who's in combat sports.
And we stepped it up this year. So we used to give out a belt for anybody in there. If you won your, let's say there's only 2 people that jumped in. If you won that fight, then you were the champion. This year we didn't do that.
Oh.
The only people who are getting belts is if you had 4 people in your division and you won both days. So it's a true championship where you had, back-to-back, brawler style. So we've stepped it up.
That is important information. Thank you, Brad. That's pretty cool.
I think so.
So when you have one of those belts, you put the work in, and it's an honor.
It means something.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, guys, we got some of our new fighters here coming in for the new match. Bout number 2, we got Angel Sanchez Estrada coming from Team Sanchez in the blue corner. And then going against Alan Mancada Garcia in the red corner. He's from the Siouxland Junior Boxing Club. And Sanchez Estrada is from Team Sanchez, both in the elite male division, coming in at the 147 weight class here, guys. So these guys look like they're ready to go.
Looks like both fighters 18 years of age. We got one from Sioux City, Iowa, and Denver, Colorado right now fighting, guys.
So the question is, if you have a boxing gym named after you, is more expected out of you? I feel like it does.
That's a good question. I want to run through real quick and thank some of the sponsors. We got to thank Visit North Platte, of course, the North Platte Post and all the Eagle radio stations, Great Plains Realty, Wild Bill's Fun Center, Brigham's Tap Room, which, of course, they're at the same location. They're RA Productions, thank you very much, and, of course, the Quick Stop stores in North Platte and the surrounding areas. Without you guys, we wouldn't have this stuff going on, so thank you very much.
Yeah, you really got to support your sponsors, because without them, none of this would be happening. They're fantastic community partners, and we just can't speak highly enough about them.
It's an awesome event that's went on this weekend. I just, personal side note, just having us pray over the whole event there at the beginning just gives me chills.
Well, I'll be honest. I didn't know they were going to pray today. That was a surprise to me. And she was up there praying. I'm like, oh, that's good. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, roll with it. I like it. Yeah, yesterday I facilitated the pageantry, and today I apparently did not have as much of a hand in it as I thought I was going to.
But yet it happened.
Hey, God
So
works in
that's
mysterious ways.
Beautiful. That's wonderful stuff.
So, guys, let me ask, with the the amateur boxing tournament that we have going on here, I mean, what's the weight of the glove? Does it go different between age groups, or how does that go?
It is different based on age groups and male, female, things of that nature. I think it runs from 10 ounces to 14 ounces,
Okay.
depending on what group you're talking about.
I got
Ladies
you.
and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the ring. Fighting out of the blue corner and coming to us by way of Team Sanchez, let's give it up for Angel Sanchez Estrada. And fighting out of the red corner and coming to us by way of Siouxland Junior Boxing Club, let's hear it for Alan Moncada Garcia.
Well, we remember both these fighters fought yesterday, and both of them put on a pretty good performance. So as Brad was explaining how the belts go, we're about to witness yet another match in which somebody's going to have worked hard and earned that belt. So you're in for a treat here, ladies and gentlemen. Ref's always doing a good job, of course. Nick's ref and officiating crew is just wonderful. Wonderful to have them a part of this event again.
Yeah, they really do a good job. And I gotta send a shout out to Nick Schleich.
Yeah.
He took over this. We had this show canceled actually 3 weeks ago, and he stepped up, partnered with us, and I mean we wouldn't have any of these guys here. So big shout out to Nick. He is fantastic. So
Yeah.
thank you, Nick, for everything that you've done for this show.
Mr. Sly has been involved in boxing for a lot of years.
Yeah, he's thinking about taking another fight.
No,
48 years old. He's looking at taking another fight.
he's a lot heavier than I am. I don't know if I want to take his blows.
They're talking cruiserweight, 200 pounds. He'd have to cut a little bit to get to that, I think.
It's all good, Nick. Don't worry about it. Brian, what do you see in this matchup so far?
Boy, I think these guys know what they're both coming up against. They come out and definitely sizing each other up here. Not coming in really too aggressive. These are 3-minute rounds here with these guys. So, looking at some of the other rounds where they're a minute and a half and 2 minutes, that learning curve of learning your opponent happens a lot quicker, or needs to happen a lot quicker. So I think with some of these 3-minute rounds, you get a little bit more time to adjust, kind of see what everybody's about, find your good points, and go after them.
So speaking of good points, what I see is both fighters are still maintaining a position in the middle of the ring. Nobody's letting either one drive to the corner or the ropes. And so what you're witnessing here, ladies and gentlemen, is excellent boxing out of both fighters.
Right.
And you can see the skill level too. They're both working the body, they're both working the head, but the defense of the body too. They're dropping those elbows while keeping the hands up at the same time. You can tell these guys are experienced boxers.
And there you go, Coach. Right there, they're dropping the elbows. Then that's boxing defense right there. It's important. It's mixed martial arts defense as well. I mean,
And these guys come in. I mean, they come in and it's not just a one punch and then kind of back off and stuff. I mean, you'll see double jabs. You'll see even triple jabs coming through here. And he just got an uppercut coming through there.
yeah, we're watching good punches being thrown out of both fighters.
Right.
I remember watching Garcia yesterday, and he likes to go all the way up and down. He starts at the body often with the 4s and the 3s, and he'll run up to the 1s and the 2s, and it's kind of a beautiful thing to watch. You don't see that a lot in amateur boxing.
Yeah, and you see Garcia, he started off with body shots and a lot of stuff straight down the pipe, jabs and uppercuts, and that opened up those big overhands and those hooks that did land. So smart boxing.
They did land. You're right. Sanchez dealing with that pressure really well, though. He's not getting pushed back. He's throwing a stiff jab, a stiff 1-2. Garcia's not enjoying those 1-2s, I can tell you that.
Yeah, did you see Sanchez do that look off? I'm not sure exactly what that was.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see him?
I did.
He dropped his hand and looked off.
Yeah, I don't not quite sure what that was.
And Garcia didn't capitalize on it, so
No.
I'm not sure exactly what was going on.
So you're explaining an opening there, right? Speaking of capitalizing, boom.
But when a guy does something, intentionally like that, it could be a trap.
Yeah, definitely.
So it'd be interesting to to question him, you know, afterwards, watch a little tape and say, hey, you know, what were you thinking right there? What was the logic behind that?
It's nice to have you here talking about that kind of stuff, Coach, because sometimes the viewer or the fan might not know what a trap is, and you just explained it wonderfully. And there are setups. You got to set up your opponent in combat sports, in boxing. It's important.
The best part of all those combat sports is the psychological side of things. I love that, taking it to that next level and seeing, you know, the chess match of it.
Yes, exactly. So now we're coming up on round 2, guys. Another 3-minute round for both fighters.
3-minute rounds, you can get pretty tired if you make it to the third round.
There is a big difference between a minute and a half and a 3-minute round.
There is. I have been there. Coach, you have put me through a couple of those. And actually, I've probably puked once or twice. Just saying.
Sanchez coming out hard, but Garcia's walking him down again.
Ooh, that was a nice 1, 2, 3, 4 right there, guys. Sanchez trying to just let's get down.
Yeah, these guys are evenly matched. This is a great fight right here.
Yeah, definitely.
Both of them box well, like we were talking about. You're witnessing good boxing here, ladies and gentlemen.
There goes those body shots again. You know,
right?
We were just talking yesterday, you know, you hit them low and the head will go. You know, I mean, that head will go with the body.
I like to see it. You know, a good left hook to somebody's body, you can win a fight. I'm going to tell you right now.
I think it's natural instinct at an amateur level because you want to hit the head all the time because you think that's where the most damage is going to be. And it's almost as equal when you hit those body, too. You get those body shots. Those come into such crucial play.
Boy, both fighters raining down punches. I wonder what the punch count is in this match.
Yeah, this turned into a dogfight for a second there.
Did.
Jeez, these guys are warriors.
They're showing us. That's a nice display of what we have going on here at the Buffalo Bill Brawl, ladies and gentlemen.
I feel like I need to go do some crunches here tonight. These guys are taking some body blows that are square. You know what I mean?
What's interesting is Sanchez is starting to walk down Garcia now. That was not happening before. Ooh, I think I got
right body shot. Right
I think
there.
I got sprayed with that one.
Yeah,
that's how you know it's a fight.
Yeah. Yes.
Alan Garcia out of Sioux City, Iowa, when asked about somebody who inspires him, he, of course, notates his father and his mother, a common theme that we've talked about here. And he gives credit, of course, to his coaches. Angel Sanchez, 18 years old, out of Denver, Colorado. You want to know who he credits for getting him started in boxing?
Let me take a guess.
His dad.
His dad. You know what? And that's great. Family affair, that whole theme is huge. You know, I've always kind of been brought up, you know, there's nothing better than family. And I'm sure that mom and dad and cousins and brothers and sisters are all here trying to support as much as they can.
That's what you love about sports like this. Ref doing a good job. She's stopping the fight for a second, checking. Ooh. Did you see what she was checking there, Coach?
I didn't. I think they were tied up a little bit. Just wanted to separate them. Clean break and get them fighting again.
Right.
Boy, Garcia with those uppercuts right there. Those were nasty.
Sanchez came in right after that break, and he just landed about 3 body blows right in a row. Left, right, left.
Yeah, so the first round, I think I'd give it to Garcia, but that second round, that razor close could go any way on that one.
I mean, I agree, but you're right. I agree with you with the Garcia assessment on round 1. He was boxing both boxers boxing really well, but he did probably win that round. But Sanchez Estrada coming back hard there in that second round, like you just said. You could give him the round.
Right.
Well, that first round, Sanchez walked backwards for most of it, and he was still scoring great shots. But there's something in the psychology when you see somebody walking backwards, it seems like they're losing the round. And in the second round, he came out and started pushing Estrada back, or Garcia back. So when you see that in the ref's mind, they tend to think that means you're winning the fight.
All right. Well, guys, last 3 minutes of the third round coming up here.
These guys are freaking warriors. Look at they're just drenched in sweat. They're giving everything they got.
And from round 1 to here to the beginning of round 3, both fighters still staying in the middle of the ring for the most part.
So Garcia's got him walking backwards again.
That was a nice duck. That was a good eye.
There you go.
people don't know it. Sometimes 6 inches will save you from a punch, and it's just a thing.
I almost feel like Sanchez is kind of maybe backing up on those steps, and then he's planting that foot and stopping him in mid-step, and then trying to go in for a punch, which is a good tactic. I mean,
It is. Coach was talking about a setup last round, and he might be setting him up for a few things. You might be witnessing that right now, fans.
Yeah, even when he's backing up, he's still landing hard shots. But there's a tendency when you're judging somebody that it just feels like that person's losing, unless you're like a Mayweather type of when it's stupid obvious. You know?
Right.
Can't touch the guy.
Both fighters swinging punches at the body, swinging punches at the head. We've seen a good match here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, this is a great fight right here. These guys are going to frickin' war.
I leave it up to the judges in this one so far, unless somebody gets knocked out here. I don't know.
Jeez. Did you see that slip
It's
back
just
overhand
quick.
right?
It was just quick.
Beautiful.
Both fighters measuring each other out.
And you got to point out the pink shoes on Sanchez.
right? I mean,
Sanchez did a different kind of spin there you wouldn't expect in boxing. That was more of an MMA move, but
you got to use all different tools, right?
Good body shot.
I'd like to see him go back down there. And he set him up. Did you see those hooks?
Yep.
He went down low, and then he went back up high.
Level changes.
Both fighters doing the same thing. Ref stopping downward elbows. Crowd getting into it a little more as we near the end of the third round. A lot of punches now being landed by Garcia.
Yeah, the body work out of both these gentlemen is just fantastic.
Boy, these guys have really put on some boxing clinic right here. You should appreciate this, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. And Sanchez has got him walking backwards again. That's
Look
that
at
ring
those body
control.
shots. Beautiful. Both of them coming back at each other.
Ooh, great fight.
That Sanchez saying, nope, I can do the same. Let me get you.
Yeah. Here we go,
Sanchez got
gentlemen.
him
There's your
towards the
favorite view,
corner. Here he
Coach.
goes.
10 seconds.
He
Let's
hit
go.
and stepped out. Garcia hit and stepped out from the other side of the rope.
You need to get more punches in,
Wow.
Sanchez. Nice.
You see there at the end, he did that look off again. It worked too. I'm curious what that is.
Be interesting to find out. That was a nice boxing match, ladies and gentlemen. You had a treat there, I'm telling you.
Who you got on that one?
I don't know.
I want to say Sanchez, but I'm going Garcia. I got Garcia in this one. I think he wins.
I think Garcia wins the first round, but the second and third, man, that's a pick 'em.
Wow. We'll see.
That third round, Sanchez was really hitting to the liver.
Welcome back to the
Oh, my
mic, Coach
goodness.
JJ. We were just talking about it. That was a good boxing match, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Those liver shots toward the end. Oh,
I think if you listen closely, maybe to some of our replay and talk, you hear me just gasp a time or two because I see those punches and I see him hit. And, I mean, they're solid punches, guys. I mean, you can hear them from our table connect. Those are solid punches.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your winner for bout number 2 of the second day of the 5th annual Buffalo Bill Brawl is, by unanimous decision, fighting out of the blue corner, let's give it up for Angel Sanchez Estrada.
Well, you picked it right there, Coach. It was Angel Sanchez coming out on top.
So Angel Sanchez, a.k.a. looks like in some circles he might go by the name of El Chino.
Well, he wrote that down. He's like, what does that mean? Tell me, boss.
El Chino, man, I don't know. I don't know.
I like it.
Brad, did you have a nickname?
I could give myself one real quick.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's see if we can go off the top of your head.
My wife has nicknames for me. We could use some of those.
the choke master. Now, guys,
She only calls me that in certain circles.
this next fight, if you like exciting brawling style fights, we got Tanner and we got Ben King.
Yeah.
We've faced Ben King before. Extremely strong.
Tell us a little bit about Ben King. As Brian, bring us into who's in the next match here. This is something we were excited about for today, and everybody listening and watching out there, you got to be excited about this one. Bring us into it, Brian.
Right, you bet. So we got We got Tanner Adino coming in. Coming in the 189 weight class, the elite male. We saw him fight yesterday, and he ended up winning, getting himself here today. And then we have Benjamin King from the Sweatbox Boxing Club there, and I don't know. I don't believe we saw Benjamin.
So now I'm going to bring
yesterday.
it back over to you, Coach JJ. Can you give us a little bit about Benjamin King? We don't have much information on him.
Sweatbox is Nick's gym up in
All
Columbus.
right, ladies and
so-
gentlemen, please help me welcome to the ring for bout number 3. Fighting out of the blue corner, let's give it up for Tanner Adino. And fighting out of the red corner, let's hear it for Benjamin King.
All right, so the
And Dino coming out, man. He's moving. He's got his head. He's time to go to clock in and go to work.
he's got his
That's it.
eyes locked on Mr. King there. Now tell us a little bit. Come back to us, Coach. What do we got out of Benjamin King?
Ben King's a brawler, and he's going to come in. He's going to hit hard to the body. Defense is his offense. So over and under is this fight's not going to go all 3.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started off there.
He told me he was going to be a bit of a clinch machine.
That's a double leg.
That's
was a double leg.
We're in boxing match here.
Again, now his goal is to get him in and just try to beat him close.
Okay, we're gonna see the ref's got to take control of this fight here.
Yeah.
She's got a job on her hands here, guys. That's
Come
gonna
on.
be.
Ben's got to be careful or he's going to get disqualified.
Yeah.
He's
Right.
been warned twice.
Right.
How many warnings will they give him? 3?
So you can
depends on
see,
how egregious
you can
it is.
definitely see Benjamin's game plan here. He's trying to take Adino totally out of his game plan, and we're kind of seeing that happen a little bit. Let's hope it cleans up a little.
All right, here comes Dino.
This is
Got
where
him in
Ben
the
does
corner.
not want to be.
Standing 8 count now. Adino stepping right into the corner, taking advantage of it.
These guys want to fight.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, they don't wanna box.
We interviewed Adino yesterday, and he's got plans and goals for the future in boxing. So
He's got potential. Yeah. These guys are fighting.
Yeah, she's
ref doing a good job
The
of
thing
what
is-
she's got to
yeah,
do.
The thing is, Ben's got him doing it now too.
yeah.
They're both doing it.
Which you said as you were talking, that's kind of his game plan.
Yeah, Ben's got to get out of the corner.
Yeah. Ref's got her work cut out for him on this fight.
Yeah,
And
he
Dino.
does.
Well, Andino's a strong character, I can tell you that.
Good job by the ref keeping it going.
Adino keeping his eyes right on his target. As you said, King's going to try and play out of the defense and fight out of defense. We're kind of seeing that.
Was that a little bit of rope-a-dope in the middle of the ring?
Yeah,
I don't know how much he's going to be able to take of that.
He's sitting there, and I don't know if he's trying to show strength or a dominance or something, but King will sit there in the corner with his gloves down and just taking hits.
Ben likes to take shots. He said it. I like getting hit. It wakes me up.
Ben,
You can see
Yeah,
that
he
in him.
should be woke
You
up
can
all
see
day
that
out
in him.
by
He's
now.
not a slouch. He can take a beating. You can see that in him.
King just yelled at his corner, get that stool out of here. So he's raring to go.
Yeah.
That's a
Good
man's
observation,
bet. A
you
man's
betcha.
bet.
If he could clean it up a little bit and keep his head in that guy's chest over there, he's got a chance.
I'm thinking maybe this is kind of one of the first times Tanner Adino's maybe come across a fighter in that fights at this kind of fashion.
Yeah, Ben. Everybody knows who Ben King is.
Yeah, I think, and I don't know if Adino has fought Ben King here before, but I think that's why he came out a little bit more hyped than he was yesterday on this fight, because he knew the intensity that Ben King brings.
Here we go, round 2. Adino coming out with a low body shot, trying to size him up again. See what happens here, ladies and gentlemen. Wait.
Yeah, that's going to be a knockdown because it was a result of a punch.
Yeah, we got fighters talking to each other.
Yeah, we do.
King's smiling, saying, you can have your knockdown, but you didn't do nothing to me.
Yeah. Ref wasn't having it. She made him go to the far side of the corners.
That was a big right that Adino came in there with, and Adino says, okay, I'll take your challenge, King. Ref's not going to let that happen. Ref
Yeah.
doesn't want the fight going on like that. What do you think,
Ben,
Coach?
Ben's going to have to get some offense going, or it's going to get stopped.
Yeah.
She will.
It's that simple.
She will.
I can say Ben King appears to be having fun a little bit playing defense.
He does have fun. He is having a good time out there. He's smiling.
I guess if that's
he
his,
says you haven't hurt me.
if that's his measure of a good time, but he is playing a little bit.
I can
Brian, is that your good time?
Nah, I know. I don't know. I don't think so.
that's a lot of fun. I could tell you Ben
Yes.
King's got a future in MMA if he chooses. So.
That's probably the sport that maybe he
That's
should look
probably
into.
where he needs to be. I mean, he's that kind of fighter. You can see it in him.
That double leg off the the very beginning was beautiful, to be honest.
I thought he was almost going to complete it as far as he got in and on that.
He picked Adino off the ground.
Yeah.
So here we go. The punch count going up for Adino right now as he's got way more punches thrown and landed in this fight. So I can tell you he'll do well in the points.
There it goes.
She's getting another standing 8 count.
This is the last one he gets.
Yeah.
And then
If
it's
something
gonna
else
be
happens like that, where are we
another
going,
standing
Coach?
8 stops it.
Okay.
It's a stoppage.
You notice he kicked back in the corner for that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
they
it's
called
called.
it.
Ooh, man.
Did the corner
Wow.
call it?
You know, JJ, you weren't lying about it. Intense,
Yep.
high-octane fight.
He always fights like this.
That
Again,
was.
one of our boxers had to go against that, Sam.
Oh.
And
I remember that
yeah,
fight.
Sam, I'm like, you gotta stay outside of him. Don't let him in on you. And Sam actually did well.
I remember that fight. Sam
And-
did a very good
Yeah,
job.
and then about a round and a half in, Sam actually started setting down on punches.
Well, as you look at the replay here, you can see that Tanner Andino started figuring out a way to get more punches in on him, as I was talking about there, and you know that alone would win the fight.
Yeah. No, Ben King, for as tense as he is, you see he's a great sportsman.
He is a great sportsman.
Everybody's pulling for him.
He is just smiling.
Everybody likes him.
Good guy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your winner by RSC. Let's give it up for fighting out of the blue corner, Tanner Andino.
I told you
See,
that was
like
good.
you said, that was
gonna be a
great
good-
sportsmanship
Yeah.
right there. That was outstanding.
That was the fight I wanted to watch today. That was as sloppy as it was.
It was sloppy, but
Yeah,
that
it's-
was a
it was
lot of
fun to
fun.
watch.
It increased my heart rate.
Yeah, it got me going right off from the right from that first bell. I heard him stomping across the ring there, and I'm looking up to see what is going on.
Well, then the near takedown attempt. I mean, this is that kind of fight, huh?
Near takedown. He had him.
Yeah.
I mean, he did.
all
He
he had
owned
to-
his hips. That
all
was
he had to
it
do
was
is
game
follow
over.
through on it.
You know, that almost looked like we had a football player here for the North Platte Bulldogs who I think has made it now to the Husker level there. But Vincent Genitone, he would go in and he'd make tackles, and it was almost double leg textbook stuff there too.
We got fighters coming to the ring, Brian. This is the last fight before we take a little hiatus, a little bit of a break. So who we got?
Yep, so in the red corner, we got Cesar Rivera fighting from Pinias Boxing, Des Moines, Iowa. These guys are in the intermediate male division at the 145. 2-minute rounds going against Alexander Sanchez Garcia from Team Sanchez. Again there, so we got another boxer coming from that boxing club there.
Nice, another good matchup in front of us, ladies and gentlemen. Another vie for a belt. We've got Sanchez Garcia over here. He's kneeling down, praying for his protection. And we've got Rivera over here in the red corner, and he's got himself ready for this matchup. So strap in for another good fight, ladies and gentlemen.
Looks like Rivera.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go with bout number 4. We will be taking a brief intermission after this bout, so please keep that in mind. But let's get things underway. Please help me welcome to the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. Let's hear it for Alexander Sanchez Garcia. And fighting out of the red corner, let's give it up for Cesar Rivera.
Nice.
Gentlemen, keep your heads up. No hitting behind the head, no holding, no punches below here, touch gloves back to the corner.
There we go. I was just saying there, looks like in some circles for Rivera, he might be known as the investment. I like the original nicknames. You know what I mean?
like the investment.
The investment.
So El Grande, Sanchez Garcia is going with El Grande in this one.
There we go.
This is 13 years old against 15 years old. And what weight class are we in here? Do we know?
Well, it looks like we're in the 145 weight class here. And they've just started here the first round. Both fighters coming out. You know, you see a little bit more of a today than yesterday. You see a little bit more of a game plan. You see a little bit more of a chess match mentality going on here with the first round coming out with these guys. It seems like.
I think you're right. And another thing I've noticed in most of these matches so far today is everybody's doing a good job boxing, and they're staying in the middle of the ring.
Right.
There's not a lot of push, you know, not a lot of charge and pushing someone back into a corner, other than that last fight we just watched. But
yeah.
So that's hugging that takes place in boxing. Good job by the ref to break that up and get us back out in fight stances.
Both fighters taking their time, looking for that right punch. Some of them, it looks like they even kind of both kind of settled down on their toes there for a little bit and kind of scope each other out.
That was a nice 1-2-2 right there. As we talk about boxing, there's a lot of things that go into this sport. It's called the sweet science, but some people may not know that, you know, the numbers of the punches and the combinations that go into boxing and all the different things that you can do versus an opponent. It is one of my favorite things to watch.
Yeah, definitely. You know, if I was in there, it might have been called the weird science.
Is that what it looked like when you were boxing?
Yeah, definitely.
So if we get you up into the gym, Brian, we're going to have to call you Weird Science. I think you just came up with your boxing nickname, buddy.
Gosh darn it.
Good first round. Good first round. Both fighters kind of staying even there. Both fighters doing a lot of figuring each other out and testing each other out. What do you say?
Yeah, definitely. You know, they're coming in with a plan. Looks like the coaches are both trying to keep them on that same game plan. They've done it. You're making a few adjustments there. But, I mean, that's just the speed of boxing that you got there. You know what I mean? I mean, you got to be able to change things on a dime. You know what I mean? It's not always going to go your way. Most of the time it doesn't go your way. You're going to have to make adjustments, you know, on the fly.
So the old moniker of a guy's beat up face and him going, huh, duh, is really not a true thing when it comes to combat sports. You know, those images are just so false and far from what you actually have to be able to do in things like boxing. You got to be able to think, like you were just talking about. You got to be able to listen. You got coaching going on. You got to be able to read. You got to read what your opponents. It really is a science. It's a sports science. It really is.
So here we go, round two.
It looks like they're heating up a little bit.
Yep. It looks like they're coming out, probably continuing with that game plan that they got, that they just got coached from.
So, of course, you're tuned into the 5th annual Buffalo Bill Brawl. Give a quick thanks to a couple of the sponsors. Visit North Platte Post, Eagle radio stations, Great Plains Realty.
Ooh.
So what'd we see there?
Rivera, it looks like he took one, came right back with it, caught Sanchez walking into it there.
What I'm seeing is that Sanchez is dropping his hands there. He needs to keep them up.
Ooh. Got tangled up there.
So Rivera needs to take full advantage of that hand drop like he did. That's what we saw, and you can hear his corner coaching him toward that way. He did take full advantage of those hands being dropped. Ref warning him on a back hook. He's trying to tie up with him there, but you can't hook him like that. Sanchez reading that overhand really well. He came off the ropes pretty well there, got himself back to the center of the ring.
Yep, definitely. Rivera looks like he feels comfortable right in the middle of that ring there, and he likes that position.
Rivera gaining a little bit of confidence here after that head barrage that he delivered there about a minute ago, and we'll see what he does with that.
You know, I got to say, both of these fighters are quick. They get in with those punches, and they're coming. They're coming in quick combos, just like that right there.
Rivera sticking up there high with those 1-2-3s. He's going 1-2-2 or 2-2-1.
There he goes, climbing up and down that ladder. Body, body, head, body.
Sanchez over here.
Do you see the control?
Yes.
He throws the punch as the bell's ringing, and he stops it on his face.
Yes.
Excellent job.
Pretty sweet.
Definitely.
Nice observation. Welcome back to the mic. We've got Coach Brad Garrick. You know, he coaches MMA up there at Top Tier here in North Platte. Runs a really good gym, does a really good job. A lot of happy folks up there, Brad. We really appreciate that place. We thank you for it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys, too, for all your hard work. You're excellent commentating, and all the fans are chiming in on the comments. So,
Man, I think it's I don't know if it's really hard work here, Brad. It's just something I think. I think you get either Mike and I on the side, and we'll talk until your ear comes off, or until you hum us out of it and okay us and then walk away is probably when we'll finish. So
Yeah, I grew up with this kid over here, so he speaks the truth.
So here we go, round three. Round three coming up. Both fighters still on the edge. I mean, it's anybody's game.
As a boxing fan, you'll probably look for the pace to pick up a little bit here out of both of these guys, third and final round. So they're going to want to get some good punches landed and some points scored. Both fighters measuring each other out a little bit. Sanchez Garcia, of course, the taller fighter, fighting out of the blue corner. We'll see if he picks up his high game a little bit. Looks like he's trying to.
just want to point out too how respectful the corners are. Usually in sometimes in kid sports, teenage sports, you get these out of control dads and these out of control, figures, and we haven't seen any of that. Everybody's very respectful. They're not screaming. They're not yelling at the refs and the judges. I mean, there's been some disagreements and people have been upset, but it's handled in a real cordial way. So shout out to the group of fighters that we have and their teams.
You betcha. That's a pivotal part of this sport. And as you see, things are heating up there. We've got Sanchez Garcia pushing Rivera back, and I was hoping to maybe see a little bit out of him this round. What do you think, Brian?
Yeah, Rivera just took a good one, a right hook there, and put him up against the ropes. Might have stunned him a little bit, but if you look at his face, and you couldn't tell that. So I mean, both fighters are very resilient and coming back right after getting hit.
There you nice go. Overhand right there. Garcia delivered to Rivera, backed him up to the ropes, but Rivera handling it pretty well, and he's trying to get him back to the center of the ring.
Yeah, if you saw that, Sanchez hit him one, put him up against a rope, and if you look at Sanchez, he was winding up, and he was coming in. He was coming in with a hard one.
I mean, you had a nice view of that, Brian. That was right in front of you in the world of a nice punch.
Yeah. I mean, he was literally winding up.
We're down here below. And there it is. I don't know which way to go with that one, Coach.
Yeah, both those rounds were pick 'em, man. Oh, that was the third, wasn't it?
That was the third.
Yeah, that's a pick 'em. You could go either way. And
it is a pick 'em. It's going to be all about whether or not who scored some points at this point, right?
I want to say here, too, I mean, for all the fighters that are in here, I mean, you may feel like this is the circle that you're in and everybody can do this and everybody can do that. But if you're looking at it from another point of view, I mean, not everybody can get in the ring and do this, or not everybody has the mentality to get in there and do that. I mean, it's something that can be coached a little bit. There has to be a little bit of natural talent and natural instinct that comes with that. And not everybody can get in there and do that.
So as you say that brings a statistic into my mind. What is it, about 2% of the people walking the earth actually get into a ring?
Yeah, it's probably less than that, but it's not very many people. And I'll be honest with you, Brian. I think it can be coached, and I think it takes a certain individual and just willing to not give up.
Right.
But it can be learned.
Right, and I think being coachable is a huge part of it, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for both of our contestants in that last bout. They did a great job, didn't they?
Good job.
And your winner, by unanimous decision. And fighting out of the red corner, let's hear it for Cesar Rivera.
I was kind of leaning that way. I didn't think Sanchez
Now we are going to go
Garcia
ahead and
did
take
enough.
a quick intermission. Don't forget, we do have the concession stand over there. They got some of the best hot dogs in North Platte. I can attest to that. Please get on over there and see them. Otherwise, we'll be back in just a few minutes. Thank you so much for coming out.
It's
Okay.
actually less than 1%.
It's less than 1%. Thank you. That's an important notation, I
Yeah.
think.
It is a super uncommon individual that's willing to take the beatings it takes initially when you step into a fight gym and you don't really know what you're doing, but you want to learn something, and to take those beatings over and over and over again to get to that level to where eventually you can start to hand them out.
As we see the replays of the first 4 matches here, you can see a lot of those nice punches thrown. There's the Kane and Davis fight there. That was the first fight of the afternoon. A lot of good punches thrown in that matchup. But, yeah, you're right. Less than 1% of the people get into this ring.
Well, if there's a
Anyway.
sect of people that you should have a little bit of respect for, it's these guys. It's the boxers.
Yeah, definitely.
So we are on an intermission here, folks. We'll come back to see you in just a little bit. I need to remind you that you are tuned in to the 5th annual Buffalo Bill Brawl happening right here in North Platte, Nebraska, representing the whole Midwest and a lot of states. A lot of fighters have come in to showcase their gyms and their skills. We want to thank Visit North Platte, of course. We want to thank North Platte Post and Eagle radio stations, Great Plains Realty, Wild Bill's Fun Center, Brigham's Tap Room, RA Productions, Quick Stop, and give a special shout out to Nick Sly, right? Because his officiating crew and the officiating has done an outstanding job here. But if you're not doing anything the rest of the afternoon, we got 5 more fights, I think. So come on out and watch some good boxing, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you in a little bit.
May I have your attention, please? Can I have officials to ringside, please? Officials to ringside. We're going to go ahead and get started here in about 5 minutes. So if you need concessions, go ahead and hit the concession stand, restroom, whatever you need to do. We got boxing coming back in 5 minutes. Thanks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to get this started. So if I could get the contestants for match number 5, go ahead and line up here by ringside. We'll get this going.
All right, guys, welcome back here from our break that we just had. We got some fighters coming up here. This is going to be on bout number 5. We got Christian Guerrero from the OG Hastings Boxing Club. This is going to be in the intermediate male, 90 pounds, 2-minute rounds, and he's going to be going against Mateo Sanchez. They're coming up here, and it looks like he is from the Stars and Stripes. Is that right? Yeah, Stars and Stripes. Which those guys are out of La Cruces, New Mexico. So we got quite a few different states being represented here. You know, Nebraska, New Mexico, Wyoming, Iowa, Colorado. You know, great turnout here. People come from all over here right now. So we got some fighters getting ready to come into the ring here, coming off our break. All right. Looks like Micah Fort Miller is coming back to the table here. Looks like he went and got a little bit of grub here and some of the good stuff we got going on here at the D&N Event Center.
Man's got to eat. Man's got to eat. Right?
I definitely. I was just talking.
There's
here.
a reason the Surgeon General says you need to eat 3 squares a day. I promise.
You know, Mike, I was just talking here just a moment ago about maybe the different states that we have being represented here today. I mean, we got, you know, Nebraska, multiple clubs from here, Nebraska, New Mexico, Wyoming, Iowa, Colorado. I mean, they're definitely coming from all over.
That's one thing you're pointing out there. You're pointing out one of the importances of this actual boxing tournament, especially being right here, located right here, the Buffalo Bill Brawl. It's important because we do draw in all, you know, it's been up to 9 and 12 states, people from those places. So,
you know, I mean, if you look at it here too, I mean, pretty centrally located between these guys here. So looks like we got both fighters in the ring here. Looks like we got Christian Guerrero in the red corner and Mateo Sanchez in the blue corner there.
Wow. What are we looking at here? We got both fighters are 13 years of age. Guerrero this will be his 7th fight. And maybe, yeah, if he fought yesterday, this would be his 8th. And then Sanchez working on his 15th fight. Sanchez fighting for Stars and Stripes. And, of course, as Brian mentioned, Guerrero fighting for the OGs out of Hastings. OG Hastings.
That's just kind of fun to say sometimes, you know, the OG Hastings Boxing.
I mean, it really is. So this guy, Christian Guerrero's nickname.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this going. Please help me welcome to the ring, coming to you out of the blue corner. Let's give it up for Mateo Sanchez. And fighting out of the red corner, let's give it up for Jose Sanchez Estrada.
All right, there you have it, guys. Fighting out of the
My
blue
apologies.
corner,
I'm so
Mateo
sorry about
Sanchez.
that. Christian Guerrero.
Okay, we have a name correction.
Again, I think I'm 2 for 2 here, Micah.
Nice job.
Yeah.
That's why Brad hired you.
Yeah.
Any questions? Come out fighting.
Tell you jokingly, maybe we need to get a new announcer. Or maybe he needs some readers. What do
Yeah,
you
right?
think? Like us. He's a great announcer. Got to give him a hard time.
So here we go, round 1, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Guerrero on his 7th fight and Sanchez on his 15th fight, where both fighters are 13 years of age, and we're fighting right around to 84 to 88 pounds.
Guerrero's coming after Sanchez and coming in hot. I mean, these are 2-minute rounds, and like I said, you know, with these 2-minute rounds, you don't have a whole lot of time to sit there and kind of play around and judge as much as you can. So you definitely got to get in there and make things happen.
Oftentimes with these younger fighters, Brian, you will see that. You'll see a nice aggressive flare of punches right out of the gate.
Right.
You know, they're sometimes coached to do that. It's to set up a confusion, if you will. Am I correct, JJ?
Yes. They come out just winging, and then a lot of times they'll settle back in and box.
Yep.
It does. It confuses the opponent. I've got a brawler in front of me. Now he's not. What do I do? You always try to stay a step ahead of the opponent.
Exactly.
And try to make them do what they don't like to do. Some kids like to brawl. Some guys like to fight off the back foot. If they like to do that, try to get them out of that somehow. Make them do something they don't like.
So part of that is knowing your opponent and studying them.
Yep.
How do you know your opponent? How do you study him? Sometimes you might face him in a tournament that lasts for 2 days. So
Yep.
you can come watch him fight the first day if you don't have him on your card.
Yep, and these two are learning about each other through the round. Sanchez is starting to see what can I land. So he's coming. He's got a lot more success now. He's learning. He's getting to the flow of the fight.
Well, Guerrero came out, as Brian stated, he was really aggressive, and Sanchez weathered that storm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean,
So Sanchez is figuring out I gotta push him backwards. He likes to come forward. I'm gonna start pushing him back.
I've seen that in him. What you just described, you could actually see that coming out of the athlete. That's a great thing.
you know, weathering that storm, I mean, that's a huge process for such, young guys coming at that. I mean, they're kind of like buffaloes, you know, when buffaloes see a storm coming, instead of just sitting there and letting it pass, they go directly into it because they know instantly that storm will pass quicker if they go into it. You know what I mean? And I think that's a lot of mentality for these fighters, you know?
So when Christian Guerrero was asked, why did you get into the sport of boxing, he said that his family and friends are pushing him into this. So he's going for, we're getting a belt here today, aren't we? A BB&B belt?
I
Yep.
believe so, yep.
And so Sanchez, when he's asked who's got him into and why he's boxing, why is he into the sport, he just says because he enjoys it. So
Yeah. I mean, easy, right? I like it.
I like it. Here we go with round two.
Right. Here they come out again. A little bit different of a tempo coming out for these guys, but definitely might be picking that right back up.
Well, Guerrero coming out like he did in that first round. He's coming out with a barrage of punches. He's going to throw. He's trying to work the tree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's going up and down the body.
Right.
Sanchez dealing with it well. I see Sanchez trying to be tall, use that left jab.
Guerrero's up against the ropes and fighting back, punching himself back into the middle of the ring.
Looks like the ref might need to pay attention on a little bit of glove holding there, but we'll see.
Action going on right in front of us. Guerrero's trying to throw a couple uppercuts.
That was a nice, that's what Guerrero needed to do
That's a
to
good
get off
roll
the
off.
ropes.
Yep, and
Did
he
you
tried
see
to
that?
counter him.
Yep.
And Sanchez saw it, got out of the way of it.
That's that footwork we talk about
Yeah.
there up there in the gym.
So got Guerrero in the corner. Here he comes in with those side uppercuts there.
He is landing those body shots. There he did it again. He needs to get out of that corner like Coach was saying, that sidestep.
You see that. You see those kind of side uppercuts coming through there. He'll hit him 1, 2, 3 times and then try to step right out, get himself away out of those ropes.
Sanchez's bread and butter is the straight shots on top.
Yeah, it is. He's using it well.
Yeah, well, he's a little bit longer.
So he's trying to use that height advantage.
Yep, so he can throw his straights and not get hit back in return. Ooh.
He's trying to switch it up with those punches. Both fighters getting a little tired toward the end of the second round here. Their feet locking up a little bit. You can see a little bit of slowdown, but nobody giving up.
Got standing 8 count here for Guerrero.
Taking too many of those punches we were talking about. The 1-2, the 1-2, the 2-1, the 2-1.
Here they come. Whoa.
Ref going to talk to Sanchez, check him out, make sure he's okay. She's going to look at him a little bit.
That's Guerrero.
That's Guerrero.
Oh, I apologize, Guerrero, red corner.
You know, these guys, you kind of see it when they come back from a break there and stuff like that. I mean, they're starting to throw punches probably a little too far away to throw those punches. I mean, they're having to take like about a good, 2 steps to get those punches in there. And that might just be a little, getting a little gassed there and trying to come back with, some hard hits.
So you see Sanchez was his stance got a little wider there toward the end of the second round, and that's an indicator that he was getting a little bit gassed probably. And he was setting up for bigger bombs, which, I can see him going that route because the 1-2 was working for him so well. We'll see if Guerrero comes out of the red corner on fire like he has first 2 rounds.
There he goes.
And he does.
Yeah.
That's his game plan.
Yeah, he might have found a reserve tank there.
Well, you're going to see that a lot in these third rounds as the aggression goes up.
Sanchez pushing him back up against the ropes.
Sanchez getting some good body shots in there at that tie-up. That's a really smart thing to do as a fighter.
Well, even though he's tied up, he's still getting working. He's still working.
So he's putting damage on an opponent, and he's landing some punches for a punch count.
Let's see if Guerrero can get out of the corner. There he goes with those side punches.
Guerrero needs to remember that sidestep. Now he stepped out of the ropes there. Is that why he has a standing 8 count here, or is it because of the punching?
Probably to the punches, yeah.
Okay.
Standing 8, she's going to let him go.
Ooh,
he ran into a good one.
He ran into a good one
Guerrero
right there.
walked right into that one.
But he brought one back.
Yep.
He brought one right back.
Yeah, Sanchez found a home for his right. There's
He
another
has.
straight
He's
right.
wide open there, and he's not. And Guerrero's not enjoying it at all.
There's another
he's-
right.
You can hear Guerrero's camp behind us. They're telling him, you got to rush him. They're down to the under 30 seconds. He's got to. They want him to rush him.
Right.
You can hear the crowd getting lively out there. It's a really nice thing to hear. Boy, Sanchez is long with those shots.
We got short time here.
We're under the 10-second mark.
All right.
Yep. Good fight.
Definitely,
Very good
definitely. Yeah, these.
Really good third round. I'm going to pick Sanchez in this one.
Yeah, Guerrero, I think, won the first round just out of busyness. And then Sanchez made an adjustment.
He did, and he
And,
stuck with it.
Yep, he started pushing him back.
It bothered Guerrero there
Yeah.
at the end of the second, and then pretty much all through that third.
Yeah, Guerrero doesn't like to fight going backwards.
Nope. You
I-
can see he wants to charge forward. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, I was just saying I liked Guerrero. He got pushed up against the ropes a lot, and I liked the way that he came out. He used those side punches and then try stepping out. Not always did it work, but most of the time it did. It looked like.
Of course, I love to see that stomp when that respectful stomp when they come around to the sides of the mat there. Ref holding both fighters. Everybody give them a round of applause.
Everybody's got smiles.
Good job by both combatants.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your winner by unanimous decision and fighting out of the blue corner. Let's give it up for Mateo Sanchez.
Very good.
Excellent matchup there, guys. We were all day long we've been treated to some really good boxing.
Yep.
We really have.
I'm going to step out, guys. I got a kid to get ready.
Yeah, one of our locals own, Coach. You guys, good luck. The best to you in that fight.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll do our best.
So we got the guys coming into the ring here right now. Next match, moving right along. Blue corner, we got Santos Sanchez coming in here from the Stars and Stripes, again from Las Cruces, New Mexico.
There it is.
And he's going against Jose Sanchez Estrada in the red corner from Team Sanchez. Now these guys are in the junior male division, 125, 2-minute rounds here again. And I believe we saw one or two of these guys fight here yesterday, right?
Yeah, we did. Look at that fight count. You see that, Brian?
Oh,
Sanchez there. This will be his 53rd fight. And Sanchez Estrada, his 64th fight.
64th fight, yeah.
So we're going to have to get selective with the names here. We'll probably go switch since we've got a similar last name. Both fighters, Santos Sanchez, 15 years old, and Jose Sanchez Estrada, 16 years old.
We
He's
might just
fighting
have
out
to
of
All right, here we
Colorado.
go for
Santos and
lucky
Jose.
number 6. Please help me welcome to the ring. Fighting out of the blue corner, let's give it up for Santos Sanchez. And fighting out of the red corner, let's hear it for Jose Sanchez Estrada.
All right.
So this is another belt.
Keep your heads up.
Match, right?
No hitting
Another
behind the
belt
head.
match that
No
pretty much
holding
all
out
day
here.
long.
No punches below here. Touch gloves back to your corner.
I've really enjoyed listening to the refs today.
Yeah. So here
It's
we go.
nice to hear and know what they're talking about up there.
Yeah. Got round one about ready to start here.
We're fighting somewhere around 123, 125 pounds here, ladies and gentlemen, in case you're curious. The fighters' weights. We got 15 years old, we got 16 years old, so we're right around the same age. And
There we go.
here we go, round one.
Got the bell dinging there.
Both fighters trying to establish something out in the middle. They're going to read each other a little bit. As you're aware, that's what happens a lot in the sport of boxing and in combat sports. You spend some time reading your opponents, trying to see what they're going to do or know their game plan and try and break them out of it.
Right.
A lot of punches being thrown right now out of the red corner, Jose Sanchez Estrada. He's trying to be the aggressor here. Santos Sanchez backing up a little bit, reading him a little more.
Yeah, he's coming around working from the outside, trying to see which direction he's going to go.
We've got our friendly neighborhood ring announcer visiting us down here at the booth, Mr. Justin Morgan. How's things going today, boss?
Doing great today. You guys are sounding awesome as usual. Doing a great job over here. Thank you so much for being here.
You got to love the Buffalo Bill Bash. It's a fun experience every single year.
Man, I've been doing
it's
this.
an important boxing event, I think. This is the 5th annual.
Yes, I've been doing this for 5 years now, and this is my absolute favorite thing to do all year round. I love coming out. These two young men right here exhibiting extremely good skill, good fundamentals. They're really mixing it up there. They're making a good show for us.
Yeah, it looks
Thank
like
you.
Jose
we
Sanchez
got-
Estrada being a real aggressor here.
Santos
We got a standing 8 count.
got
I mean,
stuck in the corner there.
he did. That was a nice body shot there I saw right in front of us, Brian.
Right. It looks like he was about ready to take a knee right before the ref wanted to do the standing 8.
Santos
Boy.
Sanchez is in a different kind of fight than he might be used to. Jose's really aggressive here. Jose, of course, fighting for Team Sanchez out of Denver, Colorado.
You know, the textbook punches that these guys are throwing are right on. I mean, great form, getting their fist and their elbow where it needs to be and following through with it. I mean, that's just going to deliver power when it connects.
Exactly. They're showing fantastic fundamentals, and they're really mixing it up out there, too. They're really giving us a good show to see.
So Santos Sanchez, when he was asked, why did you get started in boxing, he gave the answer, again, as we see it again, it's because he enjoys the sport. So he's kind of coming from my camp. I agree with him there. And then Jose Sanchez Estrada, when he was asked who got him and who inspires him and got him into the sport of boxing, he, of course, gives credit to his dad. So, again, we're talking about a family affair here. So, I mean, that's just wonderful stuff. We've
see
seen
that
it
a lot
all
in
weekend
this.
long.
You see that a lot in this sport, though, too. Dad boxed, brother boxed, uncles boxed, what have you.
Yep, that's right. Coming up on round 2. Round 1 there. Who do you give it to, Brian?
I'm gonna have to give that to Jose on that round 1. Just Santos got that standing 8. He got him in that corner and kind of really just gained a lot of points, I think, on that.
It doesn't look
section
like
there.
Santos has figured out Jose's game plan yet, and he's still trying to deal with it. And here we are starting the second round. He's going to need to come up with something.
Right.
He needs to take this round as far as a boxing match goes. That's 3 rounds. If you lose the first one, you got to take the second round, and you got to keep it even in a 3-round match.
Exactly. You want to take it down to that third one so you have your best chance of pulling it off.
Especially if you feel like you didn't win that first round. Mm-hmm. He's doing a little better job here. A lot more coaching coming out. That was a nice right over the top that hit Jose.
Definitely.
I can see that little Santos Sanchez getting a little more aggressive. I think he's being coached into it. Oh, there was a nice right, but he tripped. We got the ref checking gloves. He's going to make sure fighters are okay. Left hook to the body. Good defense on that.
Santos up against the ropes. Kind of walks himself out of there.
Well, he's going to need to continue to do that because Jose Sanchez Estrada is like an aggressive fighter.
Right.
Which can be dealt with. I mean, you can talk about all kinds of fighters, right? But the great Muhammad Ali,
Yeah.
he, a lot of times he was on the ropes.
Ooh. Santos was,
There's
he
a,
took
there's
a
a
knee.
shot. He took a knee. He's
Yep.
getting a count. Ref counting him right now. Is he going to stand up
Yeah.
out of it? No,
No,
but he's
I-
going to take the knockout.
I think he took quite.
Thank you, Justin. We
quite-
appreciate you.
He took quite a few body shots there, and there was a couple there that you could kind of see him kind of twinge a little bit there and stuff. And even though he kept on going with the match, each other additional body shot that came after that just kind of added to the agony there a little bit.
So when you
know?
practice boxing, you start learning what punches are, and you start learning where the best ones are and where the best ones land. And I got to tell you, that left hook to the body is one of the best punches, and it doesn't matter which combat sport you're in.
Yeah.
Because you're nailing someone's liver there, and you can't. That's really hard to deal with. You don't want that happening. So
Yeah.
your left hooks, no matter who you are out there in the world, that's a really good punch to develop. And we saw that. We saw that today. Jose Sanchez Estrada used that to his advantage against Santos Sanchez, and eventually that's what took him down. So we're going to announce a winner here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your winner, fighting out of the red corner, let's hear it for Jose Sanchez Estrada.
Jose Sanchez Estrada winning the bout.
Just a quick announcement here, folks. I do want to let you know that after the last match, we will be awarding a match of the day prize. So please don't take off directly after. Give us a few minutes. We will have another award to give out. We got some more boxing coming right up for you.
I'd like to thank our sponsors really quick. Visit North Platte Post, and Eagle radio stations. You got to give it to Great Plains Realty, Wild Bill's Fun Center, Brigham's Tap Room, RA Productions, and, of course, the Quick Stops of the North Platte and surrounding area.
Right, so we got some guys coming in. We're moving this right along here. Coming in from the red corner, Cesar Canawuhin. I think I'm trying to get better at that there.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
We have a guest fighter from Siouxland that fought Jeter Clark last year on the second day.
All right.
So introduce yourself and
Hi.
have some fun.
Yeah, my name is Gabriel Linamochoa, and I'm from Sioux City, Iowa.
Nice.
Yeah,
What gym are you fighting out of, Gabriel?
Siouxland Junior Boxing Club.
Nice.
My teammate's actually up right now.
And your teammate's up here right now, so
Yeah.
you're right here at the booth ready to support
All right, ladies
it.
and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. Let's give it up for Michael Farley. And fighting out of the red corner, let's give it up for Cesar Canawati Jr.
Okay, guys, no hitting behind the heads. Let's keep our heads up.
Yeah.
The belt line is good, nothing below that. Let's watch the holding. Touch gloves this one time. Good luck.
And there we go, hearing what the ref had to say to both fighters. Of course, Michael Farley, 15 years old, fighting out of Sioux City, Iowa. We got his buddy Gabriel sitting down here. He's about to watch. I'm sure you've spent some time sparring with Michael.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Good.
At left hooks and stuff. Body
Good at
shots.
his left hooks.
He can eat some punches too.
Yeah.
Well, I guess in this sport, that's if you're going to be in this sport, you got to learn that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking some punches. I mean, we watched Farley fight here yesterday, and I think I put out the Lionheart name there for him because man, that kid was taking punches and still was coming back for more, and not angry, not out of control.
No.
Collective. I mean, he was definitely Lionheart.
Which lets you know he understands the sport. So I see that Michael Farley's 15 years old. Gabriel, how old are you, young man?
I'm 14 years old.
You're 14 years old. Is everybody at your gym somewhere around that age, or what are your age groups?
We have Alan Garcia, who is 18 years old, and Michael Farley, he's 15. Alex Guerrero, he's 17, and me, I'm 14.
Sounds like quite camaraderie. Do you guys get out and travel to a lot of tournaments? How many fights are you getting a year?
I'm getting about 15 fights a year.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's what you need, Gabriel. Good.
Yeah, we go everywhere. We just came back from the Junior Olympics at Nationals.
Outstanding. And can I ask, how'd that go for you guys?
We all took some hard losses, but we all learned.
See, now there it is, guys. Listen to what Gabriel said right there. They took some hard losses, but they learned. And where were you?
And Wichita, Kansas.
They were in Wichita, Kansas at the Junior Olympics, ladies and gentlemen. So you can, just in talking to Gabriel right now, you know this sport can take you places if you want it.
Yeah, you have to put your heart and dedication and soul into it, and you get what you get what you put in.
You get what you put in. I like your words there, young man. That's exactly what happens. Brian, let us know what's going on in this first round here.
You know, it was a great first round that came out here for these guys. You know, I don't know if either fighter really found a groove here just yet, but definitely going back and forth here.
So you don't have a winner. You got it pretty even. What are we doing? Where's the punch count? We staying up high, staying low? Is everybody boxing? What's happening?
I think Caesar might have gotten that first round there, but I mean, like I said, you know, Farley's nobody to bat an eye at. I mean, he's going to keep coming at you whether you like it or not.
Yeah, he's a tough kid. What's the nickname he gave him?
I can't remember.
Come on, his teammate's sitting right here with us, and we're looking at him on screen right now. That's Michael Farley. What'd you call him, the workhorse?
I think Lionheart is what I was doing there.
Lionheart. So, Gabriel, does Michael Farley actually have a nickname at the gym, and can we talk about it?
Sometimes we call him Fartley.
Well, okay, we could. That would probably get him to throwing a hard punch, I would say.
Yeah.
I ask because, you know, when he's asked these questions in the weigh-ins, you know, we ask him if he had a nickname, and he simply wrote no.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a reflection on you guys calling him Fartley.
Yeah.
You know, he made just a man of not so many words, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I see Michael's trying to keep the fight out there in the middle of the ring. He doesn't want to be up against the ropes or in a corner, and it looks like Caesar's trying to push him toward that. Brian, are you seeing that? What am I talking about here?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Caesar's definitely, you know, staying in the middle of the ring, trying to take control. But you know what? I mean, you can put Farley inside or outside, and he's still going to find a way to come at you.
Well, I like that he's still on his toes. He's still moving around. He's still trying to work the footwork. Gabriel, in the game of boxing, what would you say one of the most important things for an athlete in this sport is, other than footwork?
Having a good mental health.
I love it.
Yeah.
And tell us, can you elaborate on that a little bit? What's good mental health? Tell the listeners out there, please.
Like, you just got to be a dog.
I like it.
Yeah.
So when you say a dog, you mean you got to be you're focused, you're hardcore, you train. This is what you do. You don't introduce crud to your body or your lifestyle. Is this what you're talking about when you mean be a dog?
Yeah.
We got Farley right now here with a standing 8. Sorry there, Micah.
That's okay.
Took some action right here in front of us, and the ref wanted to stop, make sure everybody was where they're at. And here comes Caesar, not allowing the pressure off Farley, coming at him hard at the end of the second round. 10 seconds, less than 10 seconds going on here.
Ooh, nice couple of jabs there put out by Michael. But he did get an 8 count there, huh?
Yep, he did get an 8 count there. Caesar took advantage of the 8 count. He wasn't going to let him come up or put any relax wax on that. He came right at him, and he came with a fury. And again, you know, Farley just took that storm that came out.
I notice in his fights he doesn't take the bench much. Is that kind of a gym thing? Is that a gym theme, Gabriel?
No, not really. It's just a preference thing. He likes to stay loose and keep going. I like the stool, though.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's
Yeah.
good insight. That's why we ask. Thank you.
And this is actually a rematch between these two.
So, how many times have these guys fought? Is this their first rematch, or is
Yeah,
it?
this is their first rematch.
So whoever wins this one today is going to take home the belt.
Yeah.
It's a nice belt. I appreciate the setup that Brad put together on achieving the belt in this year's tournament.
So here we go with round 3. Caesar coming out. Trying to maybe apply a little bit of that pressure that kind of ended the second round.
Yeah, Canahween is trying some uppercuts there when he's in tight on Farley, and I think Farley just needs to sidestep a little bit and kind of stop going backwards.
Yeah, he needs to put his chin down and bat on his mouth guard and just keep going forward.
Agreed. And he will. He kind of goes in and out of that. Something people don't understand sometimes boxing is that you're taking punches and you have to think through that.
Yeah. You have a game plan until you get hit in the face.
There it is. Gabriel, give us an assessment here. What do you think your teammate needs to do?
He needs to quit going backwards. He needs to circle to the middle, put his chin down, and just keep punching.
Well, he can absorb punches. I know that.
Yeah.
So I would agree with you. That means he needs to probably do that.
Yeah.
So now these both guys, middle of the ring. You know, I see kind of a standard maybe getting gas here a little bit, but you know, not too much as I would expect in these 2-minute rounds coming in. Third round, both fighters look pretty spunky.
I think it's interesting, Canahween there using this, trying to put up a show with his gloves there as Michael's trying to assess him at the same time. I love to do that. I like to fake with my hands.
Yeah, I think Michael also needs to stop waiting so much for him to come after him.
Agreed. He needs to
set him up with a jab.
Because Caesar's waiting for that. You know,
Yeah.
he's standing there, and it's open for Michael to do that.
Short time here.
He just needs to recognize it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Another good round there.
Definitely.
That's what I love to see. You guys, obviously you're coached well there in Sioux City because each one of you run over and you thank the other coach right away. You keep it respectful. We're in a combat sport. Punches are being thrown, so I really appreciate seeing that. Gabriel, can you elaborate on that a little bit out of your camp?
Yeah, we try to show as much sportsmanship and love to all of our opponents and sparring partners and everybody we see.
Can you tell us your record? Where are you at amateur-wise?
I'm about 11 or 15 and like 6.
That's an outstanding record for amateur, actually. People don't understand what you got to go through in this. So,
yeah.
Thanks for sharing that with us. Belts look good this year.
Looks like they're about ready to give the official.
You can tell Michael Farley when you get back to him. Just tell him that we call him the Lionheart.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your winner of lucky number 7. Let's give it up for fighting out of the red corner, Cesar Katawati Jr.
Nice respect being shown out of both fighters there again, of course. Michael holding the ropes for the winner. Another respect thing.
Yeah, but also one of the nicknames he likes to be called is the Lionheart too.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what he likes to be called.
That's great. Well, you can tell him that we saw that out of him.
Yeah.
Michael likes that?
Yeah, he has it stitched on his bag.
Oh, you're kidding me. See? Oh, man. Oh,
Now
man.
I knew color had some kind of genius in him, but I didn't know it was that kind of genius, Brian.
Man, I got to go play the lottery tonight.
You should buy a ticket. Anyway, Gabriel, give us your first name again. Give us your town, your team, and where you guys are headed next. And thank you very much for coming up for an interview.
Yeah, my name is Gabriel Ochoa. I'm from Sioux City, Iowa. I'm 14 years old and just love the box.
Awesome.
All right.
We appreciate your time. You have a great gym. Thank you.
Thanks, Gabriel.
Wait, can I give a shout out to you real quick?
Give a shout out. Who you got?
Shout out to my dad because he's always there for me.
All right.
Awesome.
All right.
Love you, Gabriel.
All right, love you guys.
Take care of yourself, brother.
All right, thank you.
You know, that's awesome that he gave a shout out there to his dad. You know, being a dad myself, that's huge. That'll pull at your heartstrings.
Yeah,
for sure.
a real father, that'll melt his heart.
You know, so we got some new guys coming in the ring here right now. We got Laera coming from the Laera boxing. These guys are going to be in the junior male division, 154 weight class, 2-minute rounds, and going against one of our local guys here from here in North Platte, top tier, Skylar Collins.
Skylar's a guy that I train with up there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the ring. Fighting out of the blue corner and coming to you by way of top-tier MMA and boxing. Let's give it up for Skylar Collins. And fighting out of the red corner, let's give a big round of applause for Laera.
Now, I got to remind you guys, this is a repeat fight from yesterday.
We're going to keep the blows above the waistline. We're going to make sure that we keep our punches in the front. No hitting
You know
the back of the
Skylar coming
head,
out
no
here with
hitting
that
the back.
smile.
Watch the low blows and watch the holding. Listen to my commands. Stop, break, and box. Let's touch it up and have a great fight.
Here we go.
All right, referee letting us know what's going on right now. Mr. Skylar Collins fighting out of top tier right here in North Platte, ladies and gentlemen. He likes to be called Sky. Now, the other fighter, what's his last name?
Laera. Right.
Rivera likes to be called Slug. We
Slug.
talked about this a little bit yesterday. Again, I was getting into it. This is a repeat fight. Of course, Skylar Collins lost by decision yesterday, and so it was a good fight between both fighters. We're going to see what happens today. Something different might happen.
Yeah, it definitely, it went the distance. Now, I know this is 3 rounds, and some may look at 3 rounds as it's not much, but, 2-minute rounds going the distance. You got to hats off to these guys.
Absolutely, hats off to these guys. They train hard. They work hard. They're in school. There's a lot these kids do in their life. It's not just I train boxing all day long. So
Right. And I would say, I feel like a lot of these athletes that are in here are not just boxing athletes. I think they're pretty well versed in other sports.
Keanu coming to us out of Lincoln, Nebraska.
So
Here we go. We're stepping up in the middle. We're seeing, looks like Skylar Collins coming out, trying to set the pace a little bit, trying to take the lead a little bit here probably. He's probably going to want, as the taller fighter, to keep Keanu out of his mid-range and out of driving him backwards. So we'll see what happens.
Yep. And both of these guys, the whole yesterday, it's recorded in their minds. They know exactly some of the things that the other fighter likes to do. So, they're going to try to learn and adjust off of that.
Right now, I like to see the movement out of the taller fighter. Sometimes, you might see him get pushed back a little bit. So you got to see a taller fighter do a lot more movement, a little bit more work sometimes when they're getting pushed back. So it's nice to see out of Collins right now.
Right. And each fighter knows himself, too. So Keanu knows, hey, Skylar's a little bit taller. I'm going to have to get in there and do my business inside.
So this is Skylar's sixth amateur fight, and no, this is his 4th, and Keanu's working on his 6th.
Right.
Skylar Collins, 17 years old. Keanu is 16 years old. Skylar wants us to give a shout out to the people out there in Red Bluff, California, because he comes to North Platte via Red Bluff, California.
Right.
So
we might have some listeners out there in California.
Well, let's hope so.
Yeah, right.
Family and friends. Good match so far here in the first round.
Yep.
Good jabs coming out of Skylar. He needs to keep them straight, strong, and fast.
There you go.
Straight, strong, and fast. That's what you need to do against a shorter opponent, and then learn to sidestep and make sure when he tries to come in on you right there, get out of the way. Yep. 6 inches is a big deal when it comes to boxing.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like Keanu landing a couple body shots there on Skylar. Skylar smiling still. I love that about that kid. He smiles at the beginning of before the bell and after the bell.
He does. I think round 1 could probably maybe went to Skylar Collins there. I think just because of the punch count and how many landed. Nobody really got backed up. Nobody really got knocked down. No standing 8 counts. None of that happened there. Both fighters still finding each other out a little bit from yesterday, probably, would you say?
Yeah, like I had mentioned, I mean, these fighters just come in here and they box and go at it and stuff, but, I feel like it's really untrue. I mean, these guys are recording things in their mind, and they're learning, from everything that they did before, and they're applying it to current situations now.
Keenan Laera says, I love boxing. When he was asked, how did you get started in boxing, he simply answers it that way. And then Skylar Collins, when he's asked, how did you get started into boxing, he tells us that it just kind of happened.
Sometimes those things just fall into your lap.
Maybe he didn't know he liked it.
Yeah, those things just fall into your lap, and, things work in mysterious ways sometimes.
Round 2, I look for the action to pick up a little bit here. Somebody's going to try and come out on top and be the aggressor here.
Yep, definitely. Skylar has pushed him in the corner there a little bit.
That's kind of what Skylar's going to want to have happen. He's going to want to stay away from any barrage that Keanu will bring. That was a nice right there. Keanu waving it off.
Several exchanges going through there.
Sky staying in the fight, eyeing him up. He's looking where his heart is. He's got his eyes in the right place. Sky still dancing. Slug's still moving. Slug's got a nice spread on his feet. Good stance going on. Sky being an aggressor here. He's taking Slug into the corner. Slug's going to have to fight out of the corner there, and he did a good job.
Yeah. You get Slug against the ropes or in the corners. Be prepared for him to come out and change the tides.
And so he's coached him to know how to do that and how to get out of there. We've seen that a little bit there.
And he's using that well. He's using that coaching well.
So the crowd getting into it a little bit here as we get deeper into this second round. They're telling everybody to pick up the pace. As a fighter, as a combat athlete, it's hard to sometimes keep the crowd out of your ears. Everybody's getting a little bit noisy right now. Ref doing a good job watching this, maintaining a good boxing match here between two good athletes.
Skylar still using that jab, trying to keep him at a distance.
I mean, he needs to. That kid's got a nice jab. It needs to be his right there. He should have got on top of him, though.
Yeah.
That Keenan spun out the wrong way. He was off balance. Skylar needed to go in for the kill right there.
Yep, he was off balance.
He's a little late with it here, but he's coming in on him.
And here comes Keanu. Like I said, you get him against the ropes in the corner. Be prepared for him to come out. That's what he's trained to do, and that's what he's coached to do, and he's applying that. And Skylar kind of needs to balance that a little bit and kind of, don't let him slip out one way or the other.
Don't let him slip out. I think both fighters actually still kind of trying to assess each other a little bit, even clear from from yesterday, as we said. This is another repeat fight, but no problems here. We're getting a treat.
Yeah, definitely. So, Skylar lost this first match that he had. So if he wins, who gets the belt then?
I think this is belt day, and so if you win today, you get the belt. I think that's what it's all about. Although you pose a good question, it's something Coach Brad might be able to answer for us a little better.
Yeah.
Here we go, third round. This one will decide it.
Yes.
Keenan Laera coming out, trying to stay low on Skylar's body. Skylar using his elbows really well on the defense there.
Skylar good, keeping that hand right up against that chin.
He is. He's going to need to do that. I think he just took a low blow right there, and the ref didn't see it. Got to keep it above the waist. Yeah, so it looks like Keenan being coached into trying to set up with his right. If Skylar can deal with that, I think Skylar can come out on top here.
Yep, and Skylar has some good movement. He can slip those punches and things.
He really can. He moves well for a tall guy.
Yeah, and I think that's just going to get better as he becomes more experienced and continues here with his career.
There he is being an aggressor. He's trying to get in on him right now. He's using that right stiff, that two.
Skyler missed a big punch there coming from Keanu.
He ducked out of the way of it, but that was a big punch coming through. Now we got some boxing going on. These guys are getting tight.
Yeah, they are.
Skyler's going to need to stop that barrage we were talking about, and that's what's being coached. And there's some good jabs, good punches. Just sidestep, Skyler. You can stay in this matchup. You got him in the corner.
It looked like Keanu almost kind of put himself in the corner there. He's almost enticing Skyler to come in after him.
Almost like he wants him to do that.
Yep, exactly. And I think
good third round, getting heated up here, ladies and gentlemen. The 8th bout of the day.
Right.
Yep, Skyler's waiting for that opening. He needs to get in on him right now. Now's the time. There's a good right.
Got him as he was trying to step back there.
Yeah, he did. He did tag him a little bit there. Turned his chin. Crowd getting hectic right now. Skyler wanting to push him back.
Here comes the exchange. Here it comes. Oh.
Excellent matchup there, guys. A heated there. I forgot his name. Sorry. Laera really turned it on in the third there, and I kind of thought he might be coached into doing that today.
Right. Yeah, like I was saying, I mean, there was an option there where Keanu could have went left or right. And the right was a little bit closer to put himself on the corner, and he did. He put himself in that corner, and maybe even trying to bait Skyler to come in. Skyler didn't quite bite at it, though.
No, he didn't. He didn't as much as he did yesterday.
Yeah.
He baited him into it yesterday. Skyler coached out of that today, and I was proud to see him do that. Of course, he's running over, thanking the other side, thanking the coaches. They did a good job. Coming up with an announcement here. We'll see what... again, this fight coming down to the cards, Brian. Nobody was standing 8 counted. Nobody was knocked out. Nobody was knocked down.
Evenly matched yesterday, evenly matched today. I mean, we're definitely... Looks like they're probably reviewing those scorecards there and going to get an announcement here on the winner. But, evenly matched, guys. Good learning experience for both of them.
Excellent learning experience, and this is actually why you're in amateur boxing. Again, we've talked...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your winner by split decision coming to you out of the blue corner.
There
Let's give it up for Skyler Collins!
I mean, he did win that fight. He won the first and he won the second. Keanu turned it on there in the third, but again, nobody was knocked down, nobody was punched out, and not a bad job out of either fighter both days.
Yep, definitely.
I'm just going to tell you now, though, as far as sport of boxing goes and counting punches and all of that, that was a match in which Skyler won.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I mean, he walked in with a smile and walked out with a smile. But speaking of some people walking in here right now, it looks like out of the red corner, we got Eric Coe that's going to be fighting there, and with an unattached club name. They're going to be in their intermediate male, 132. Now, these are 1.5 minute rounds. He's going against Trip Adams from the Black Widow Boxing Club, and they're out of Shelby, Nebraska. We'll have to see what happens. This is the last match of the day, guys.
Yeah, 9th and final match of the day here. Excellent boxing today, of course.
Right, and we saw both of these guys fight yesterday too.
What are some of the gyms represented here, Brian? What do we have?
Black Widow for Trip Adams, and Eric Coe has an unattached.
All right, here we go. Number 9 and the final one of this year's Buffalo Bill Brawl. Been so much fun, so let's get it going. Please help me welcome, fighting out of the blue corner, let's hear it for Trip Adams! And fighting out of the red corner, let's hear it for Eric Coe!
We have a ref's announcement.
No hitting behind the heads. Let's keep our heads up. Here's the belt line, just good, nothing below that. Let's watch the holding. Touch gloves this one time. Good luck.
Awesome. That's a great view of what's going on there with the ref and the athletes.
Definitely.
Good camera work by the RA Productions camera team here today. Actually, yesterday and this whole time.
All right. Round one, guys. Starting out, both guys come out to the middle of the ring. No punches thrown yet. There we go. A little bit of coming from Eric Coe.
Both fighters trying to step in lightly. Kind of see what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Right.
What are you going to do?
You know, if you listen to these guys, I mean, talking about footwork, you know, you hear them come out into the middle of the ring, or you see them come out in the middle of the ring. You don't hear them.
Yeah.
That's how light they are on their feet, you know.
You're right. And, I mean, that's an amazing point. It's a testament to their bodies and their peak physical condition.
Right. Right.
Trip Adams, of course, fighting out of the Black Widow Fighting Club, and Eric Coe unattached. So,
ooh, there comes from Coe. Landed multiple shots there, probably about 3.
Eric Coe gives his coach a lot of credit, and I really don't want to botch his name. Ailau Hello Tai. I apologize, Ailau, if that's not how it's pronounced, but you're coaching an excellent kid here.
You guys over here butchering some names?
Yeah, you know, the proper name thing.
Oh, here comes Coe after Adams. Got him up against the rope. We're going to get a standing 8 count coming up here. We'll see if the ref's going to let him go.
So we had a question for you, Brad. Today is belt day, right? If
Correct.
you win today, you've got a belt.
Not necessarily.
Okay, can
you
you
had to have
explain
won.
that?
You had to have won yesterday. So, yeah, you have to fight twice, and the winner today is the one who gets a belt.
Okay. That's how it was set up. Okay.
Yes.
You got to fight twice. The winner today gets a belt.
Yeah. I remember back in my day, we used to have 8-man tournaments the night of, so 3 fights in one night.
Wow.
Yeah, I actually did one. I lost in the first round, but the amount of stress going in, thinking,
man.
you know, not only do I got to fight this guy, but I got to watch these other 7 guys or the other 6 guys too, because any one of them in my bracket could be next. So I got to be thinking about that. And man, you want to talk about a lot of stress.
Yeah, you're kind of talking about the early days of the UFC when you had to fight 4 nights in one night.
Yeah, that happened.
4
Yeah.
fights in one night.
No time limit either.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, here we go, round 2, guys. It was the round ended with a standing 8 count again on Adams there. So we'll see if we come out, see if Coe's going to not let him breathe. It doesn't look like he is. He's got him up against the ropes.
No, Cope trying to be an aggressor here and
Yep.
push Adams back there.
You can't, when you get a standing 8 count, you kind of want to come back out and get another one, you know, because that guy's already got that in that mental state of being rocked.
Right.
Can you tell us in amateur boxing, are 3 standing 8 counts? Is that a TKO?
So 3 standing 8s in one round is a TKO,
Yes,
or
sir.
I think 4 total in the entire fight is a TKO also, or
Right.
a ref stoppage, I believe is what they call
Ref
that.
stoppage.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Coe coming in, pushing him up against the ropes, just chasing him around from rope to rope here.
Yeah, Coe is definitely the aggressor.
Oh, definitely.
He's coming out wanting to get that win.
Right.
Ooh, big
You know,
overhand
and not
right.
only the aggressor, but I mean, he's pretty accurate in the punches that he's throwing. He's doing some damage there. Tripp now with the standing 8 count again here from the ref. Oh,
Yep.
and the
No, he's
ref
calling
called
it. I'll be
off.
darned.
The ref doesn't like the look in his eyes, and he's not going to have that guy. He's going to protect that guy. He's not going to have him continue in the fight, and that's why we have a good reffing crew, and that's why these refs pay such close attention, if you're ever wondering. Because, I mean, we're fighting, aren't we? We're throwing punches. So
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
when a ref does that and he's counting, he's checking a lot of things out on the fighter, and it's very important in this sport. Get the announcer of the winner here shortly. Tripp going over to say congratulations to the other side and their coach. Good aggression out of Eric Coe. I mean, he did win that fight.
Yeah.
He said,
yeah.
"I'm going to win this belt. I'm winning that fight. I'm taking this sucker home."
Yeah, I mean, Coe was just like a little bit of a like a piranha, kind of a little bit. He's seen a little weakness, and he went in. He went in and he went after that weakness and built on it.
All right, folks, your winner by decision to stop the fight. Fighting out of the red corner, let's hear it for Eric Coe! Now, don't forget to stick around. We are going to have one more award for the best fight of the day, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with that. Thank you all so much for coming out to the Buffalo Bill Brawl again. We love so much to see you. We couldn't do this without you. And, I mean, even though we probably still would do it without you, it's so much better with you here. And another thanks to all of our sponsors, and a huge thanks to all of our officials for the past couple of days. You guys have done a great job, so let's give it a hand for them, shall we? There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you once again. We'll be right back with your match of the day.
All right, so we're still on air here, Brian. I'm going to take a minute and thank Visit North Platte Visitor Center, the North Platte Post, and all the Eagle radio stations, Great Plains Realty, Wild Bill's Fun Center, Brigham's Tap Room, and, of course, the Quick Stops of North Platte and all the surrounding areas. And let's not forget about RA Productions, who was good enough to come out here and set up a nice event. And they have excellent equipment. They have excellent camera work. And it's just a really, really good thing they do for the surrounding area, the community, for this boxing event, for any event that they are a part of. We just thank you a lot, RA Productions.
Yeah, definitely. Everything went as smooth as I can see here, Micah. Like I said, this is my first time here. I know that you're a little bit of a veteran guy out here, but boy, everything went relatively here pretty smooth.
It did. It was a well-run boxing tournament, well-respectful, and it's something that I don't ever want to see go away. I think it needs to happen all the time. There's J.J. Conley does a good job coaching up there. He's an excellent boxing coach. He really has a heart for the kids. And as I'm sure all of these coaches from all of these gyms, they wouldn't be there, Brian, if they didn't have a heart for these kids and a soul for them and an enjoyment and a give back, you know, because that's really what it's all about. They're coming up in this world. So, you know, us, even you and I, us as fathers and older men, you got to give back. You got to help lead the way, and that's how you do that. You give back, and you got to let somebody fight and figure it out, and then you got to be there for them.
Yeah, yep, definitely. You know, I'm always such a big pusher of youth sports, not just boxing or contact sports, but, I mean, football, basketball. You know, to be honest with you, I mean, anything extracurricular.
Anything.
I mean, it's not just sports. I mean, band, speech and drama, debate team.
Yes.
I mean, putting youth out there to do those extracurricular things it's such a character builder and a you know, a positive thought process that gets installed into their thought process.
Yeah, absolutely valid point there. I mean, and it's anything, you know, you need to, and we had one of the interviews we had today, he came up and he was Gabriel and he was talking about that, you know, what you just said, and he was glad to be into that and a part of that.
Yeah, I think he said, you know, positive mental health, and when we asked him what was positive mental, he's just being a dog.
He did, just being a dog. So I needed to get some elaboration on that, you know, because that could be interpreted differently. But his explanation of what a dog was is exactly right. You know, he keeps his body fit, he keeps his mind fit, he stays involved in school. Right. You know, he helps people. He helps his teammates, you know, and he's not out there, you know, he's just keeping himself on the straight and narrow.
Yeah. Yep, definitely.
The sport, as you said, all the activities that a youngster could do, this is one of those. Boxing is one of those that could do that for you. So I'm going to run down the list of sponsors here again, just real quick. The 5th annual Buffalo Bill Boxing Brawl. You have tuned in for the last 2 days, and we really appreciate the listener out there. We thank you for being a part of it. You were a part of something really big, and actually we needed you too. So thank you very much. The 5th annual Buffalo Bill Brawl, the BBB, has come to a close. We are going to announce the fight of the day here, but we give a special thanks to Quick Stop, Brigham's Tack Room, Wild Bill's Fun Center, Great Plains Realty, the North Platte Post, the Eagles radio stations, and the North Platte Visit Center, and of course RA Productions.
Trying to keep an eye out here, see where Justin is at, see if he's. Oh, looks like they might be over there. Looks like we got screens set up there for our fighters to go over and take pictures on. I think those are great.
Isn't it?
That's great. I mean, that's going to go on their Facebook, Instagram, those types of things there, and hopefully that even promotes some of their promotes this boxing tournament that we got going on.
That's absolutely outstanding, and you're right. You that's like the Olympics. They have first, second, and third. That's like that grandstand totem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're up there proud of themselves, and they're going to do that, and
they should be
rightfully
proud.
so.
Yeah, and they should be proud. I mean, like we pointed out here earlier, not everybody can do this. Not everybody can get in the ring. And
May I
it's
have
not-
your attention, please? Is Jose Sanchez Estrada still in the house? If you are, please come over to the DJ booth. Jose Sanchez Estrada, please come to the DJ booth. Is that you? Right on, brother. We got a prize for you.
Now you guys can hear it as Justin Morgan.
Let's give it up for him. We got Fighter of the Weekend right here.
there
Jose
we
Sanchez
go.
Estrada. Let's hear it for him.
You see a replay there of that last fight. You can see why Skylar Collins did win that fight. And there he is walking away. We had camera on him.
So Jose Sanchez Estrada, coming from Team Sanchez there, which I believe if they're out of Colorado, I do believe. Is that?
I believe you're right.
I'm gonna have
I
to
think
look at
you're
that.
correct. I think that is a Colorado gym.
Let me check it out here really quick. But yeah, congratulations to him. Out of Denver there. So
May I
congratulations to
have
him.
Alan Moncada Garcia and Angel Sanchez Estrada over to the DJ booth, please.
And there we go.
Ooh, and that must be the fight of the day there. Alan, was that Garcia?
Yeah.
Alan Moncada Garcia from Siouxland Junior Boxing.
All right, guys. Congratulations. You guys got match of the day. Great job out there. Great showing. Let's give it up for them, man. They killed it out there.
It was a good job on getting the match of the day.
Yeah, definitely. And then Angel Sanchez Estrada from Team Sanchez, again out of Denver, Colorado. That was actually our second match of the day here today, and that was a great match.
Now you can see the camera work over there. We're focusing in on Brad and Emily Garrick, the owners of RA Productions there.
Brad G.
He's seeing those awards being given out by Nick Sly right there. Of course, he's been in this game for a long time.
All right,
ladies
guys,
and
don't go
gentlemen.
too far because I got something else for you.
Uh-oh.
And Mr. Justin Morgan.
All right, guys. Alan Moncada Garcia and Angel Sanchez Estrada, you guys not only got fight of the day, you got fight of the weekend. So let's give it up for them.
Wow.
Come on over here. You got another plaque, brother. Come on.
Very nice.
Just a tremendous showing from everyone out here. I love coming out here every year and seeing this. This is my favorite event of the year. Y'all keep coming out here. We're going to keep doing this. It's only going to get bigger and better from here. So thank you all so much for coming out. On behalf of all of our sponsors, all of the production crew, the officials, everybody, thank you so much for coming out to the 5th annual Buffalo Bill Brawl. I can't wait to see you next year. Take care.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. We're done. We hope you've enjoyed the live stream. Mr. Brian Soto, I really have enjoyed your commentation, and I appreciate your help and everything and all the hard work you did with me here during this event. And it's so good to see you, young man.
Yeah, man, it's good to catch up here with you a little bit. I knew we kind of grew up a few houses away from each other back in our hometown of the big Hershey, Nebraska there. But hopefully, I had a great time. I really did, and hopefully you and Brad. I mean, if you're needing some assistance next year or on some many other things, hit me up, and I'm sure we can get something squared away.
Awesome, Brian.